So this is 21st February, second period, and as per schedule, we are starting an English class related to your test. We have already covered all of your lessons. Welcome children to this class. I think you have well prepared regarding the lessons. You have studied and we have helped you to prepare the lessons. Above all, just I shall give some hints how to work out the tests. I shall not go exactly through the questions and answers, but I shall give you some examples, and as per the examples, you will do the test, and it will be then it's your duty to make it rectified by your English teachers. You know, we have already completed all of your lessons. This is test 1. I instruct you to open your book as at 58. Open your book, English book, at page 58, where there is test 1. And go through the questions therein. The first question is about the figures. Yes, there is another instructions for you. The figures in the right hand margin indicate the marks for each questions. In all your examination paper, it is written. If your handwriting is better, then it is clearly visible for us, clearly visible for the teachers to evaluate it. Therefore, you try to write in your best handwriting, in your best hand. So, the first question is about write the following Odia names of persons in English. पिलाने बुझी पारुछ मु किछि ओडिया नेम कहिबी एवं तार इंग्लिश नेम गुड़िक लेखिबी तमर ड्यूटी होची मु जो ओडिया नेम कहिबी बा तार इंग्लिश नेम लेखिबी तमे सही जिनिसटा को रिपीट करबनी तमे किछि अलगा ओडिया नेम नबो एवं तार इंग्लिश नेम को लेखिबो सपोज तुम क्लास रे जते गुडी पिला अछंती से पिला मन तुम संग साथी कलिंकर ना लेखि पारो तमे जहा को चिन्हिछ बा किछि महापुरुषंकर नाम यू कैन राइट द नेम ऑफ सम ग्रेट मैन एमती किछि नेम ऑफ द पर्सन्स तुम लेखिबो सपोज मु लेखुची किछि ना लेखुची दराजो 1 रोहित तमे करिवो आर ओ रोहित केमती लेखाला रो एटी आर परे आमे नबा कोन ओ एच ह पई आई आ इंग्लिश नेम लेखिला गुलकू प्राय आमे ओडिया रे कहिला को जेमती आमे कहू रोहित इंग्लिश रे सेटा जनरली आ रोहित नहि के आमे प्राय कहू रोहित सो अनदर ए विल नॉट बी एडेड एटा दरकार नै दैट्स रोहित जस्ट लाइक गोपाल मन कर बिनी BINI मन कर रुना RUNA then another name मन कर नरेंद्र आमे एठी किछि युक्ताक्षर भी नेली NARENDRA बतन दीज आर दी 5 नेम्स जोटा ओडिया रे हला रोहित गोपाल बिनी रुना नरेंद्र तमे गुडा को इंग्लिश रे लिखिबो किंतु एग्जैक्टली द नेम्स व्हाट आई हैव रिटन तमे से गुडी को न लेकरी आउ किछि पांचटा ना नबो एवं से गुडी को लेखिबो नेक्स्ट आसिला हमर सेमती आमे किछि ओडिया प्लेसेस आमे नबा पिला ना उडी को आमे ना न नेग्री वी शैल टेक सम प्लेसेस धरा जाऊ कटक पुरी ब्रह्मपुर तम गाँ ना मनकर धरा जाऊ भुवन एनीवे आउ गोटे मनकर नबा चंडीखोल एगुड़िक जहाँ जहाँ मुझे लिखुची एगुड़ाक सबू ऑल ओडिया नेम आम ओडिया कहू या हाउ कैन वी राइट इन इंग्लिश तमें जानिछ पुरी कटक कटक पिला माने पूर्व टिके अलग प्रकार लिखा होता जोटा कि इंग्लिश लोक मैंने कौन करते आम आगुरी एमती लिखुले CUTTACK तमें बर्तमान चेंज करी बर्तमान से सब जिनसर आवश्यकता नहीं सीधा लिखो KATAKA नेक्स्ट आसला पुरी PURI ब्रह्मपुर BRAHMAPUR भुवन BHUBAN देन चंडीखोल CHANDIKHOL empty we can write the names of places in English आमर जोड़े क्वेश्चन वी कवर जोड़े क्वेश्चन किंतु कथा होची मु बारंबार अगेन एंड टाइम एंड अगेन कहूची जे मु जू ना गुड़ाक लिखुची ओडिया रे तमे सेही ना गुड़िक न लिखिकी अन्य किसी ना नबे और तार इंग्लिश नेम गुड़ाक लिखिबो again children I shall request you to write some words what I utter. Suppose you write place, place, second name, first वाला place, तापर वाला name, तापर धरा जो today, तापर लिखो मंडे टुडे देन मंडे हाउस तापर लिखो माउस हाउस नेक्स्ट माउस अगेन राइट डाउन बुक मु जो वर्ड गुड़ाक डाकिली यू कैन राइट ऑल दीज वर्ड्स इन द ब्लैंक स्पेसेस गिवन इन योर बुक नंबर 3 रे तापरे किछि शब्द मु पढ़ुची से शब्द गुड़िक टिके नजर कर से शब्द गुड़िकरू तमे अंतत से गुड़िक तुम बही जो शब्द गुड़िक दिखाई तुम टिक मार मु सब शब्द पढ़ी तुम नंबर 4 को आस मु किछिटा शब्द पढ़ी तुम से शब्द गुड़िक टिक मार धरा जाओ हाउस देन जेंटल हाउस पर कौन पढ़ली जेंटल न ग्रेट देन नाइट तापर लेमन मु जो जो शब्द पढ़िली तुम बही अनेक गुड़िए शब्द अच्छी से ही शब्द गुड़िक केवल टिक मार हाउस जेंटल ग्रेट नाइट लेमन एतिकी Then we shall come to number 5, the most charming part of the lesson. Nowadays children, in most of cases in higher classes, you are given an unseen paragraph, unknown paragraph. जो paragraph को तमे केबे पढ़िनो बा देखिनो सेमती paragraph गुड़िए पढ़ुची विशेष करी +2 रे एवं सेही paragraph को you have to study carefully, then answer the questions given below. सेही paragraph रो बेस करिकरी paragraph ऊपर बेस करिकरी अनेक गुड़िए क्वेश्चन थाए से क्वेश्चन रा आंसर तमे चेष्टा करिवो कोनस प्रकार दबा पे क्वेश्चन गुड़ाक विभिन्न प्रकार हेई पारे बेले बेले किछि इन्फेरेंशियल क्वेश्चन मध्य ता भितरु आसी थाए इन्फेरेंशियल क्वेश्चन माने सेटा पर्टिकुलर सेही पैराग्राफ रो गोटे निर्दिष्ट पॉइंट रे थिबो एम्ति किछि माने नाही आमे यदि वी शैल गो थ्रू द होल पैराग्राफ वी कैन आंसर द इन्फेरेंशियल क्वेश्चन देयर इन से केते गुडे जिंस को रिलेट करिकरी हमर इन्फेरेंशियल क्वेश्चन दे तम पई प्रायतः इन्फेरेंशियल क्वेश्चन दिया जाय न थाए तमर जनरली प्राय लोकल बा फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चन गुड़ाक बेसी थाए इनफॉर्मेटिव क्वेश्चन बेसी थाए किछि कौन हुए ना हमर ग्लोबल क्वेश्चन किछि फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चन किछि जजमेंट टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन तमरो प्राय दिया जाय थाए तेणु बर्तमान आम देखा वी शैल गो थ्रू द पैराग्राफ एंड आंसर द क्वेश्चंस गिवन बिलो एटा होची दिस इज you come to question number 8. Question number 8. A son-in-law after his marriage was planning to visit his father-in-law's house for the first time. A son-in-law after his marriage was planning to visit his father-in-law for the first time. A man from his village gave him some advice. Use big and high sounding words in your father-in-law's house. Always sit on a high place. First say no to any food given to you. You go through the paragraph again and try to understand the paragraph. A son-in-law after his marriage was planning to visit his father-in-law's for the first time. It is his father-in-law's mane it is father-in-law's house. His father-in-law's house for the first time. बुझी होची very clearly. A man from his village gave him some advice. Use big and high sounding words in your father-in-law's house. So the first advice was use big and high sounding words in your father-in-law's house. The second advice was always sit on a high place. The second advice was always sit on a high place. And the third advice was first say no to any food given to you. We have studied the paragraph carefully. So these are the questions given below to be worked out, to be answered. So what is the paragraph about? This is a global question. What is the paragraph about? You know, the paragraph is about a son-in-law who pays his visit to his father-in-law's for the first time. So the paragraph is about a son-in-law who visits his in-laws house for the first time. The second question is, what was he planning? He was planning to go to his in-laws house. So he was planning to go to his in-laws house. The third question, when was he planning? When he was planning? He was planning before going to his in-laws house. से केतल प्लान करथुला जेतेबेले तार से in-laws house ससुर घर बा सासु घर को जिबा पूर्वरु से प्लानिंग करथुला. Had he gone to his father-in-law's house before? एठी पिला माने लक्ष्य कर भल्ला भाबे very clearly देछि. A son-in-law after his marriage was planning to visit his father-in-laws for the first time. Jodi for the first time ताले क्वेश्चन आउछि had he visited before? Jodi question asla had he visited before? We must answer no, he had not visited before. It is his first journey or paying a visit to his in-laws house. Who gave him some advice? Who gave him some advice? Why a man from his village gave him some advice. How many pieces of advice did he give? He gave 3 pieces of advice. How many pieces of advice? He gave 3 pieces of advice. What was the first advice? The first advice was use big and high sounding words. Use big and high sounding words in your in-laws house. That was his first advice. What was the second advice? The second advice was always sit on a high place. The second advice was always sit on a high place. And what was the third advice? What was the third about? The third advice was first say no to all given foods. When food is given to you, you please say no first. और तते तले खाद्य दिया जीव बा तुमको तले खाद्य दिया जीव प्रथम देबे आसिकरी आनिकरी प्रथम आग मना करिवो सांगे सांगे ग्रहण करिवोनी ससुरर कथा तो से ताको एमती एडवाइस देला. Will he carry out the advice? जदि से carry out करिवार न थांता से काहे एडवाइस नहीं थांता. He is in problem how to behave in his in-laws house. जेतले प्रथम थर करी जाउची से ससुर घर को से केमती बिहेव करिवो केमती बिहेव करले भलो हबो से निजे जानिनी. So he wanted some advice from one of the man from his village. So he must carry the advice out, carry out the advice given by his friend. So this is one of the paragraph taken from your text, and it is a prose piece. You know, a police son-in-law. Another paragraph taken from a poem. The poem is Kite. We shall go through the poem, read the poem and answer the questions. The poem is, a kite on the ground is just paper and string. You please go through with me. A kite on the ground is just paper and string, but up in the air will it dance and sing. A kite in the air will it dance and caper, but back in the ground is just string and paper. A kite on the ground is just paper and string, but up in the air will it dance and sing. A kite in the air will it dance and caper, but back in the ground is the string and paper. So we have to mean it. We have to understand the poem. We uttered for appreciation and for pleasure, then we have to go through the poem. What is the real meaning of this poem? A kite on the ground, it tells us regarding the 2 positions of a kite. First on the ground, second in the air. About the 2 positions. Another thing, what is the kite made of? How can we make How can you prepare a kite? All these things. This is all about the poem. So what is this poem about? Very clearly the poem is about kites. What does it do when up in the air? When up in the air, it go through this line, but up in the air will dance and sing. When the kite is in the air, when the kite is up in the air, it dances and sings. What is it? What is it when it is on the ground? Now, what do you feel when the kite is on the ground? It's just dead. Just the kite has no life. But when it is in the air, it has life. It is lively. But on the ground, it has no life. It is dead. Just a non-living thing. Just that. Back in the ground is just string and paper. So, when the kite is on the ground, it is just a string and a piece of paper. Do you like flying a kite? Generally, basically on Makar holidays, we fly kites. And the children like to fly kites. So, it's a question for you. Do you like flying kites? Generally, if you like, you will write yes. We like flying kites. If you do not like, all of you may not like flying kites. You write no. No, I don't like flying a kite. What are kites normally made of? Again the same question. The same question. What are the kites normally made of? If you fly kite, you know what is the kite made of. Can you prepare it? And if you don't prepare it, you can ask your friend how the kite is made of. You must answer. You will get the answer from them. But generally what we see? We see that the kite is made up of string and paper. Some additional things are added. You need not write these gums, other color papers and sticks. These are also required to prepare a kite. So these are the two paragraphs we have gone through. Another unseen paragraph is also in your test, and you will go through the test and answer the questions. That is on question number 9 and 10. 9 another poem, and 10 an unseen paragraph. Not from your book, it is an unseen paragraph. Then we shall come to question number 5. Next day, I am just reading the paragraph, you remember it, I will give you some blanks and then you will answer the questions. You will insert the words there. Next day, the son-in-law was about to leave for his home. Carefully listen. Next day, the son-in-law was about to leave for his home. The bamboo curry came to his mind. He thought of cooking bamboo curry at his home, but they did not have bamboo. Again, next day, the son-in-law was about to leave for his home. The bamboo curry came to his mind. He thought of cooking bamboo curry at his home, but they did not have bamboo. So, you have to fill in the blanks. Now, next dash, the son-in-law was dashed to leave. Next dash, the son-in-law was dashed to leave for his dash. The bamboo dash came to his dash. He thought of dash bamboo curry at home, but dash did not have dash. I read out the paragraph aloud. You have to find out the words missing in this paragraph and you would insert it. This is all about question number 5. Then we shall come to question number 6. Question number 6, there are some words which sounds alike. There are some words which sound alike. Suppose the instruction is for you, match the words which sound alike at the end. We have to match the words having same sounds. आमे जोड़ाक सेम साउंड होथुबो सेई वर्ड गुडी को आमे गोटे जगह रे रखिबा ताको गेट टुगेदर करी असेंबल कर रखिबा तार काम होची हमर एया. सो मेड मेड रे लक्ष्य करो या भितर आउ सेमती वर्ड कोन अछि. मेड मते कहिबो को वर्ड आसीबो. मेड, डाई, क्राई, हाउ, साउंड, ट्राई, फाउंड, काउ, लाई, डेड, take, mind, dead, pass, ping, fate, match, think, make, find. So made, dead. Made, another sounding word, just like made is dead. The second word, die. Die you can take, either maybe there are two words or maybe more than two or more words. So die, cry. Die, cry, lie. Die, cry, lie. Another word, try. Die, cry, try, lie. So these are the same sounding words. Again we shall go to how. How, cow. How, cow. Only two words are there. Then sound. Sound, found. Sound, found. Then take. Take, make. Take, make. Then mind. There is no similar word related to mind. The word mind is here isolated. Only single word is there. No similar sounds of mind. Date, fate. Patch, match. Pink, think. So we have to go through the words and find out the similar sounding words and keep the similar sounding words at one place. This is our work in question number 6. So this is all about the children. Another two paragraphs are there. They are similar to these paragraphs. I have taken paragraph 7, question number 7 and 8. Here is a poem and another prose. So we have taken a paragraph on poem and another paragraph on prose piece. So question number 9 and 10 relates a paragraph on poem and 10 a prose piece, a paragraph on prose piece. We have to go through the poem and go through the prose piece perfectly, read it carefully and answer the questions given below. This is your work, and after completion of this test 1, it's your duty to go to your English teacher and rectify what is right and wrong. Make it corrected by your teacher. Then you will get confident up to doing your lessons. That's all about the test 1, which I made very easier for you to complete. Thank you.